Hi there guys, this is Cassandra. I'm a Riffle in Time and I'm so glad you're here. Today we are doing a VR to Don Michelle's hashtag tarot loot drop. I love this tag. I have been eating up everybody's VRs. I'm just so smitten. It's like, I feel like there is a lot of times where I don't know that the little niche area that I'm in, that there's so many people around me who are also in it. Like I'm in the right place, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like there's a lot of tarot people that I know who are also game people, and it's just this beautiful little place, and I'm just excited to see everybody's loot drops. Also, I would love to know what kind of games everybody plays. So even if you don't do a VR, like comment below, tell me what games you play. I just like everything with me, I ebb and flow. I'm always on to something, but I make my way back around. So games, probably like my first true love of a game was like the Legend of Zelda series. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. It really usually depends on like how I'm feeling. I always say Twilight Princess though is an easy, like I love Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time. I think that even Wind Waker. I loved Wind Waker a lot. Don't get me started on all the Legend of Zelda games I love. But I even loved the Breath of the Wild series. That was really fun. I loved the open world of that. But I've played, over the years, like the different expansions of WoW, quite a few of them. And I'm currently playing Sims and Pokemon Unite. I love to play like old school games, especially like Nintendo, so like Super Mario, but more like the Super Nintendo Super Mario. I used to have Super Mario All-Stars, and I found out on my Switch that I can get that back, and I like to play those a lot. But even like with WoW, I'm like usually like at heart a cozier player, so like I like Animal Crossing, but even when I play WoW, like I'm not a big raider. I like to do like battle pets and fishing, and you know what I mean? Like I like some of the other things, like I'm a quester more. But yeah, I would love to know what kind of games that you like, and I'll Yahtzee. I don't care. Let's play games. That's what I'm saying. I'm here for the games. Let me know what games you like. I think that's kind of cool. But if I was going to have loot, I'm gonna first do like Don Michelle's video starts with like the decks. I think that's probably a good place to start. I probably shouldn't have started ranting about games because I'm a tarot. But so decks. One thing I know for sure, and with anything, honestly, it's probably has something to do with all the air in my chart. I'm like at least 75% air. That it's going to depend on when you talk to me, like what thing I'm fixating into. I'm always hyper fixating on something. Some things will last longer than others, but I will always have one deck that I'm just really into usually. And right now I am in a pretty big fix with the Faces in Forest. I'm really into the Faces in Forest right now. And also I've been really into the Three Trees tarot decks as of recent times, especially because like Heartwood just came in and I really love Thistledown, so I've been pretty into those current. But I wanted to pick, actually I have a Three Trees tarot deck here, so I guess I did think of that. Another very important thing is I will have Moonlit Fae bags on me. I literally almost all of my like good grab and go decks are in a Moonlit Fae bag, if I want them to be more grab and goable. I love, for the idea of being on the go, I liked having the mini Oak Ash and Thorn. I think it's perfect. It's everything I love about Oak Ash and Thorn, but smaller, so I love it even more. And I have a sweet little like forest animal bag. Come on. It's just perfect. It suits, especially like right now, perfect deck to have. Very fall vibes for me. We were talking about this cozy vibes of Oak Ash and Thorn, and I really love it. Another really good chance is that I will have a mini Debbie. I love this little mini, this is a mini bag. I actually currently have Terror of the Sweet Twilight in there, but usually I will take 1 or 2, or maybe even I like to throw the Teeny Tiny Tarot into it, but I will put a mini divvy or 2 in that bag, and then we will roll. So I have right now currently a monster or deck worth of, actually this is my current mini divvy collection. Why was I gonna try to take a bite out of it? Like, not really, but like head size amount of decks. Please, somebody, what are you gonna do with me? I will grab the newbies because those are the ones I actually like that I know are available. But I think they're just perfect go decks. They're tiny. They're also like short and sweet and to the point. Like, most of the time when I'm on the go, I don't have time for like a whole reading. Even if I'm like sitting down somewhere, it's like it feels more like a time constraint. I'm not home and safe and have like an indefinite amount of time, but like they all have like sweet little phrases on them. Stop focusing on my face. There we go. But the new ones, we have the witching, ends, and lore. I think this one's lore, if I'm looking at this correctly. This is the purple one. But they all are just like these little kind of, not affirmation, not oracle exactly, somewhere, again, just a mini divination deck. I think mini divvy's a perfect way to put it. And again, I think a great deck just to take on the go. This honestly reminds me of my everyday carry. So like these first few were probably in my everyday carry tag because they're good carriers, and I will definitely, if I'm on the go, you'll find me with, honestly, probably mostly you'll find me with this because this is one of my favorite on the goers. I love Extraordinary Incantations. I'm getting a restock of this. I'm sorry. It is currently on pre-order for me because I'm currently pre-ordering it from Shanghai. So I'm trying. Don't worry, it'll be back. I love this deck. I will do anything to have it back. This is just such a good little, it just suits me. It suits me. It gives me this like good energy, best friend vibes. What do I need when I'm on an adventure, when I'm traveling and in a muck? I need my friend. I need my companion. Also, this was a really easy choice too, because even though Outgrow Yourself isn't as carryable because it's big, it's first off, Moonlit Fae bag really helps. Second, I've worn this deck to filth at this point. No, I'm kidding. It's perfect. It's perfectly worn. I actually tried to get a new copy so that I could do like photographs, and I went to shuffle it and I was like, what is this? This isn't my deck, because it feels so different now. It's so beautifully worn, but I guess I care a little less about like hurting it or something. Like, I'm not gonna go take my deluxe edition of, you know what I mean, a deck that is like out of print at this point. Like, but I will take Outgrow Yourself. I do have a backup deck too, so that helps. And it's just, again, another companion. This is my go-to deck, you guys know. But I would definitely have to have Outgrow Yourself. Next is if I'm on an adventure. This is actually, Mari has these bags specifically for this purpose, and this is so that it can carry the full-size guidebook and the decks. So I would have a linen, I would have a full-size guidebook, and I know this is for later, but I usually have like a little crystal. This is a sweet little piece of citrine that's like deliciously 3 points. I have so many crystals on the theme. But I do really enjoy. But I think the linen edition is a really good. Now the pocket would be best for actual like carry by itself because it's in that little tin, and I love that. I might have to. Okay, well, we'll look at the linen because I really love to shuffle the linen, but I think the pocket might even be more carryable in this sense. But this is a must. And I don't have like books on my list right now because I'm honestly not. Oh gosh, did I shuffle them? I'm notorious, and I'm not joking, notorious if there's extra cards that I shuffle them in because I'm just like ready to go with or without you. I don't even know where they are. Just shuffle them right in. Oh, that's too funny. No, it was only one. It was only one I shuffled in. The rest were where they're supposed to be. But, what was I saying? Oh, I don't have currently a book that I'm reading. Like, I want to get back into reading. It's hard for me to, because, like, I don't have, like, a great amount of time to be, like, sitting and reading right now. And, I can't really have my headphones in. When Marcellus was a baby, I could, like, have my headphones in and do things and not, like, I would talk to him, but I didn't have to wait and hear for his response all the time. I don't have to listen for all of the mischief. To make sure everything's cool all the time. But I want to get back into reading. But if I had a book, if I could only have one book, this would be my book. I know it's not like a book to read in the sense of like stories. Like I like fiction and fantasy books and things, but it would definitely be my book if I could only have one book. That or, oh gosh, where is it? I just got really excited. I'm sorry, I was thinking like, I definitely couldn't have a book right now because I'm not reading any books. But there is one book. Oh, there you are. There's one book I carry with me everywhere. Every time I have an event especially, I love having this to read. If I need to shift my perspective out and like focus on something else other than like my own discomfort, I really love Tiny Beautiful Things. It's I love this book. Random book in the middle of the decks. But actually, I'll just kind of quickly do the last two. The Future Ancestor, I've told you guys, I really love the energy of this deck, and I like to take it in the woods. I like to take it in the woods, just like the Gentle Tarot. Like, if I'm going to have it on me, it's most likely my adventure. I'm going into the woods. And it's a good deck. It's a good deck, and I have a Moonlit Fae bag for it, so it's carryable. A lot of these have tuck boxes, so a tuck box is a no for me most of the time, but you give me a Moonlit Fae bag and I can make it work. I think I need to talk and see if I can stock some Moonlit Fae bags, just so I can just send them with the decks for you. And also, Fifth Spirit is another one. I need an actual bag for this because I am not a fan of boxes when I'm on the go, but I need a bag for this to make this more like a easy thing. But this is a deck that I really enjoy. I think because first off, it's mass market. I'm less concerned about it getting hurt for carrying, but also because this is such like a, I think I've tried to explain this before here. It's like a real world deck in the way that like there are items that are like in my physical reality. So, I mean, not all of them, but you know what I mean? It's more like modern. Is that what I'm looking for? I don't know. I just feel like sometimes decks are really fantasy or like things that aren't like in my initial circle, but there's like knives and hammers. You know what I mean? Like we have skates and all kinds, you know, it's just like really actual things that are in my reality. So it feels fun to like take this deck. It feels relatable in that way. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I hope it does. I hope it does. But I really enjoy it for that. And it's a goodie. It's a goodie. So we are leaving the realm of specifically tarot decks. But what I'll say, actually, I did not grab these for this video. I want you to know that I didn't grab these for this video, but I promise you I will have some sort of notebook with me. This is just a pile of them on my desk. This is a planner. This is my tarot journal. This is my favorite little to-do. Just hit myself in the head. This is my favorite to-do notebook because it's like all about lists. This one I love because it has a zipper, so I can throw my pens and my stuff inside. This one has like refillable. And most definitely I would have my journal. I have a new little tarot journal. This is probably the most carryable option, but I put some little stickers on it from like creators I have stickers from, so that felt cool. But yeah, I would definitely also, actually it's so funny, I opened up to this, but I always keep, like if I have a note from you, like if for any reason, say you sent me a postcard, say a post-it note, or you wrote something in a package, like whatever it is, I have it. You'll definitely find a note from somebody. There's always like something someone said to me that I found important. I might print it out and put it in my journal, even if it was like a comment. I like to keep things like that. So I'll have some sort of sentimental note from somebody. And I'll definitely have a tarot journal. Actually, I could just have a journal. It doesn't have to be tarot specific. Hopefully that's not so horrible loud. Okay, so I have a few necklaces that I frequent. You guys don't see them. I wear them every day and I have to take them off for the video because if not, the whole time. I've ruined so many videos by forgetting to take off my necklace and had to delete whole videos that you've never seen where it was beautiful. They were beautiful videos, but this is my piece of the moon here. Let's see if I can do this like a real influence YouTube person. I don't know if that's focusing or not, but this is a piece of the moon. If you look on the back, it's very worn, but it even has like the information so you could look up like the purchase of the piece of meteorite that was turned into this necklace. I love it. I love my little moon necklace. I also have, so this is like a chunk. The same people who do the necklaces. So I got them from Everyday Magic, but Bob and Carol is who Bakara gets them from, who runs Everyday Magic. And they keep the little dust from making the necklaces and put them in vials. This is Marcellus's actually for when he gets big. So we have from the same piece. This is dust from like, it's so sweet. But I'll give it to him one day. But for now, I have it with a piece of Hypersine. I think it's a sweet little necklace. Then I have, this is my Persephone necklace here. Let me see. Let's see if I can do a better job at showing you. But I really love this. And another one I frequent. I've actually put these two together. I have some sugilite and then a watermelon tourmaline. This is from Crystal Lion Gems. Oh my gosh, I am so bad at this. Someone fire me. Someone fire me. I give up. I give up seeing it. Just know they're sweet crystals. And this is like a bunch of charms. I have one that is represents Libra, which is what my son is. I have one that represents, it's a butterfly because my mom comes to me as a butterfly. And then I have, this is actually a Gemini one. It's hard to see. And then my partner is a Scorpio. So it's like our little necklace together. Okay, and then I have so many. These are just like what I've been wearing recently. I always put them in a good little selenite bowl after I wear them, but I will have some sort of bracelet on me. Crystal bracelet. I love to wear crystals. That's like one of my favorite things. One of my favorites is this blue tiger's eye. I also have a smoky quartz on most days. More tiger's eye. I love tiger's eye. And this is, I forget the like trendy name for this. Oh, Super 7, I think is the trendy name. All I know is it has, it's like an amethyst and other, and I love ametrine. Actually, if I have, I really do. This is a really nice slice. I wish my lighting was better. But, oh, I would probably have some sort of little trinkety figurine of some sort. I do tend to love to collect things. You are so precious. I love you so much. I even have like old little like Lalaloopsies from when I was like younger. I have the bag of those downstairs. Like, I don't know, I've always loved, like, even when I was in like high school and younger, like when I was in elementary school, I would have like some little figurine, some little something. I like to keep little things in my pockets. And that's where the crystal obsession came. I'm a big put crystals in bowls kind of gal. But I love tumbles, so I'll have some tumbles on me, on my person. I love the idea of rings. I have lots of rings, but most of them don't fit most of the time because of inflammation and swelling of my fingers. But I do have like some like cute little ringies. But the tumbles, the spheres, I have, oh yeah, I'll have some sort of walnut, acorn, oh, feather. Yeah, you'll find a feather on me. Little feathers. I love to collect little feathers. Just also, if there's a fortune cookie, I keep all the little papers that I just have a bunch of them in there. So you'll probably find a fortune on me. But yeah, just I have a ton of little tumblies. It depends on the day which one I'll have. I really have a lot of love here. I do love chrysoprase a lot, so I might have to make an exception, and I would probably have that or some garnet. I have 1,000 pieces of garnet. I love this. This would be a chooser. I would choose. I have a whole thing of palm stones here. I don't know if you see this in the videos or not. Oh gosh, my wrist. I have a whole thing of palm stones ready to go in case the need comes that we need an emergency box of palm stones near us at any time. Also, always to have some tourmaline on me. Crystals. I'll have crystals on me. Also, depending on the loot and what we have, where we are, I don't know if you see here, I have potions. I'll have a potion on me. These are the Crystal the Oracle potions that I love. I could not know I was going on an adventure and not have one. If I was going on an adventure, I'd probably do protection. But But depending, I don't know. Depending what the journey's for. But yeah, oh, my beautiful little crystal skulls. So I would definitely have crystals. I would have crystals. I'd have probably a potion. Like, give me a stick of blue kyanite any day. And okay, what else? I love candles. I like to carry little tea light candles. These are Shy Wolf candles. Like, you can get the tea light samplers. They have like a whole tarot collection, and just know I tell you where things are, not because I'm never ever sponsored by anyone. No one knows who I am. But I just like to share what I love. But I was thinking it'd be cool to wrap up with some, like, these are all like real life things I would have on my physical body, but these are all like really tarot and witchy focused. It's fine because that's what my loot would be. But also I'll give you a couple things that are just random life like necessities for me. Chapstick, doesn't matter what kind. Chapstick, I need some sort of chapstick. Right now this is a Honey Run Farms, actually. It's a chapstick. And I'm a smell gal, so right now my current smell is someone gifted it to me. It's like a little travel one, and it smells good, and it's got a little boyish smell, which I love. Hair ties. So many hair ties. Give me all the hair ties. I hate when hair is touching my face. I don't know if you see me do this constantly in videos where I'm just like flailing my arms around and or I'm like really trying not to touch my hair. Which I wish sometimes people could hear what's going on in my head. Stop touching your hair, you're being weird. It's like one of my thoughts. Gum. I need spearmint gum. Not peppermint. Just, it has to be spearmint. A spearmint tea also. I love I didn't do a drink. For the past couple years, I've had the same hyperfixation drink. This is probably the longest standing hyperfixation of my life. Every day, twice a day, I have a G Fuel. It was one of the Pokemon games that came out, and one of the streamers I watched has G Fuel as like their sponsor, and I was like, cool, I'll get it. Well, here we are, like 3 years later, and it's not healthy, probably, the amount of it I consume. We're not going to talk about that, though. Food, if I had to have like a little food, like a little snacky, what would I have if I had a little snacky? I'll think about that. But also, I have to have little earbuds. These are little loop noise cancel. If you have issues with noise, life-saving, to me at least. Life-saving. I also, I would have a fidget of some sort. There is one, it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. So it's not like a good carry. I want to get one that's more adult friendly. A lot of my fidget thingies that I have, other than like my necklaces or my crystals or whatever, are like kid-based because my son like will have puppets and stuff. And one of them's the slug. I don't know if you've seen the slug, but you can just go with it. It is one of my favorite things. Actually, I want to look into, never mind, I'm not. Sylvie shared a fidget. It kind of looks like it does the same thing where you can kind of it with your hands, and oh, that would be delightful. But yeah, I would have to have my little earbuds, whatever they're called. I definitely would have a pen to go with my notebooks. These are like, I don't know, these are some of my favorite things. Just love me. Oh, I have this smushy cube thing. It's like squeezy, but it's like heavy. Oh, I love a heavy item. Something about weight feels so delicious. But yeah, this is my things. These are the things I would have. If you had to face me as like a foe in a game, good luck. I would fight for these things. I would fight to keep my things. There's a video, I forget which video it is, but it was like, I'm like ranting about Blood Moon. It's like, you'll pry Blood Moon from my cold dead hands. Blood Moon should be on this video, actually. Blood Moon, the deck you'll pry from my cold dead hands. I love